Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today, I have got something very special to show you. Let's get right into it. So what are these things? They may just look like the back of buttons, but... oh my gosh. Look at these things. What are they? They look like campaign buttons where George Bush and Harry Potter were running for president and vice president. I don't even know what to say. So let's just begin with the basics. What are these? How did I get them? How much did I pay for them? And what do I know about them? So I picked these up on eBay a couple weeks ago, and I believe I got this one for like $4 and this one for like $6 or something. I have never seen these before. I mean, you can see they fit right in the palm of my hand. They're like a normal size button that you would wear, but I've been collecting Harry Potter merchandise for like close to 5 years now, like extensively, and then just, keeping an eye on it for longer than that. But I have never seen anything like these before in my entire collecting career. And so I did the smart thing. I contacted the sellers and asked them both, because these were from two different sellers. I asked them both, do you know anything about these? Like, how did you get this? Did you make them? Did someone else make them? Do you know anything about them? And they both came back to me and said, well, they were both from California. They're both from someplace in California. And they said that they had just gotten them both from one of their parents, and they had found them. I believe this one was found when they were cleaning out their mother's house. And I forgot how this one was found. I don't think they specified. But they said that they were both big George Bush fans, and they just happened to have these lying around and decided to throw them on eBay. And that was it. They did not know how they got them, who made them, or anything like that. So here's what I think. I'll give you some closer looks as I'm talking about them. So what I think the deal with these is, some independent person made them, because as you can see, they're not super high quality. They don't have any logos or markings on the side of them. Most buttons that are mass produced will have a logo or something along the side with a manufacturer's website or something along those lines. These don't have anything. They just look like a pretty standard pin back here. But there's no logos or anything. It's Harry Potter and George Bush on this pin. So I believe that someone independent made these to promote George Bush's candidacy. And yeah, so I'm assuming that they're made by the same person at one point, because as far as I know, they both specify that they only knew that one other style of these existed. So I have both of them. So I'm assuming that there aren't any other George Bush Harry Potter pins. So the other thing that makes me believe that these are just made by an individual is the fact that obviously Warner Brothers or J.K. Rowling or Scholastic or anything like that, or Mary Grand-Pré for that matter, is not going to be putting Harry Potter's face next to George Bush's. Not next to any political candidate for that matter. But they would never allow anything like this to be produced if it was official. So that's the other thing that I believe is the reason that they're just made independently, because people do stuff like this. They make these like silly little things and hand them out to friends and stuff. And there might only be maybe a couple hundred of both of these around, depending on how many were actually produced, because they probably went to just a local like pin shop and gave them this image, and they printed up a bunch of these and just handed them out to some people. So who really knows how many of these exist? They're not worth any money. I mean, obviously, if they were, I would have gotten them for a lot more than what I actually paid for them. I tried searching eBay up. I tried doing a Google image search. I tried Googling, restore wizardry to the White House. Nothing came up. The only two things that came up were the listings for both of these pins. that was it. So I know absolutely nothing about these. Just, I'm at a complete loss for it. These have got to be up there with the Harry Potter Coke bottle I got. And you can go and watch that video. I'll have it linked at the end of this one. It's also on my channel, but these are probably up there with some of the coolest things that I own. They're just such obscure items. I love stuff like this. I think it's so crazy that like someone, why would you make this? Why would anyone make a pin like this and spend money to produce these? I want to know the story behind it. So if you guys out there have any knowledge of these or know anyone who might, send them this video and see if they do, because I'd love to hear any other knowledge that anyone has about these. I would love to, find out who created these, and I'd love to like talk with them, because this is just so cool. And I searched everywhere. I believe this is the only YouTube video out there that has these in them. I mean, these are such obscure items, and I'm so glad that I have them. And yeah, so if you know anything about these, leave them in the towel section down below. If you have any other questions or comments, leave those in the towel section down below. I don't know how many I'll be able to answer with these specifically, but yeah, I'm willing to hear. I love all your questions and stuff. Yeah. So also make sure you like and subscribe, and if you didn't like the video, send it to someone who you don't like. I'm sure they're hated too. But yeah, that's just about it. But yeah, there's Harry Potter George Bush campaign pins from 2004. There they are right there. I mean, there's not much to say about them. So yeah, of course, if you enjoyed this video, I appreciate all this stuff that you do. And yeah, I'll see you again next time. Peace out. Bye.